right, welcome everybody to an exciting installment of Gentech Customer of the Month. We have a real treat with us, Russell McGee. He's the Quality Control Manager of Weylchem, and they've got multiple locations, but Russell's joining us from South Carolina. So Russell, welcome. If you could just please introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about your role at the company.
Good morning. Again, I'm Russell McGee. Live right here in Camden, South Carolina. Our facility, Weylchem, is located in Elgin, South Carolina, right outside of Columbia. And we manufacture all types of different things. So we're into polymers and ag products. We're into coatings and aerospace coatings, biocides, fuel additives, lubricants, specialty chemicals, pharmaceutical intermediates. And again, we run anywhere between 100 and 150 employees on site right here. And we have a full scale production facility. We also have full scale process development lab. And I mean, our pilot plants are anywhere from 70 gallon to 750 gallon. Large scale production is anywhere from that 750 gallon all the way up to 4,000 gallon capacities. And we run a lot of different reactions and techniques we use here. We got a lot of different equipment in the lab as well and in production. So
Weylchem is a big company. Can you talk about some of your locations and your different international reach is pretty impressive.
Sure. So Weylchem US, which is our site right here in Elgin, is just one of a whole group of companies. We are actually acquired by ICIG, which is International Collective Group. Anyway, we as sister companies, we have locations all around the world. So there are a couple different other locations. I think it's 2 in the United States, but I know we're in Italy, France, Germany, and I'm probably missing a few, but I think it's like 11 or 15 companies right now under that umbrella. So yeah, as a whole, we are a large group and trying to grow.
Yeah, you guys appear to be growing in leaps and bounds. I'd like to hear a little bit more about you, Russell. Can you just give us a little bit of your career history? Did you study chemistry? Like how did you get into the field you're in?
Yeah, sure. So I started with the company. I'm actually been with the company for like 20 years, 21
Wow.
years. So I started on the production side and went through production. Then I went through the quality side. Then I actually went into the process development side. And I was a process chemist for quite a few years, pretty much, like I said, developing processes to go into production, and then transferred back into the quality side, I think 2 years ago. So currently, like I said, I'm the quality manager. So that entails all of the method development, quality control, quality assurance, analytical, all the instrumentation, ordering, all of that type of stuff. And then the other half of the lab is run by my colleague who is over the process lab. So we split it in two that way. Yeah, I've went through all fields of this company, and it's just interesting, just the chemistry, and especially when you're in, the whole full overview where it starts in the lab and, you're doing bench work, and then you develop all the analytical, and then it goes to production, you run a trial, and then it goes to full production. It's very interesting. It's exciting when things go that way.
So we want to hear a little more about the actual lab. So we're curious, like what instruments you're running specifically. What are your workhorses? Yeah, can you tell us a little bit more about the instruments
Sure.
inside the lab?
So on the lab side, so in our lab building, it's an older lab, but we have been updating equipment, of course, and getting duplicate equipment. So right now we have, I believe we're up to like 10 GCs. We probably have 10 HPLCs, 2 GC mass specs. So we got ICP OES, we got 4 FTIRs, We run Caldol digestions. We
That's a
we
pretty
got a
good
lot
fleet.
of different
Yeah.
stuff.
Pivoting a little bit to your relationship with Gentech. You guys have been a Gentech customer for a little while now. Do you recall what first led you to work with Gentech?
Yes. So years ago, I think we started by we either purchased a small purchase equipment or something, and that led into we actually sent a couple of our instruments off to Gentech to do like service, PM, and everything,
Mhm.
and started building a relationship. So now it's gotten to where, especially since I've taken over, we're phasing out older equipment, of course, bringing in new equipment, and also trying to get redundant equipment. So the biggest thing is the service is great, the price is very comparable and great, and I really haven't had any issues or anything with Gentech. You all have treated us right here at Weylchem.
So I assume you would recommend us to others?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
So, Russell, what's your absolute favorite thing about working with Gentech?
Again, the customer service and quick turnaround on things. Like if I call in and say, hey, I need a quote on X equipment. Even if you all don't have it, you can get it like, within a good time frame. Like I said, we've been purchasing quite a few pieces of equipment lately. So yeah, probably the customer service, the equipment. If I have an issue, I can pick the phone up and make a phone call. Everybody there is just super nice and usually gets the problem resolved very, very fast.
That's great to hear. So you're in a pretty big time job. You're running a big lab. You got a lot going on. The company's expanding. What advice do you have for somebody like you? What have you learned? And if somebody's in a similar situation, what would you tell them?
Just do a lot of research on the equipment you're using, first of all, and also just make sure it meets your needs and always just keep trying to keep equipment updated because it's not just the equipment, of course, it's like the software and all of that. Just try to stay out in front of that. I consider us a fairly large lab, and when I can get the same product that is essentially brand new, for a way better price point. I just do your research, and again, make sure that you have a good training program, for your techs and stuff, and yourself, of course, just for doing all of your preventative maintenance and just keeping everything running like it should.
Anything new on the horizon, either at your South Carolina plant or for the company as a whole that you'd like to tell our audience about? If you guys are hiring or there's a initiative that's happening, just anything you'd like to share. This is your time to shout it out.
Yes, so we are really excited. We are actually building a whole brand new state-of-the-art lab building. Um, yeah,
In the Carolina in South Carolina?
right here on site for Elgin for our plant. Yeah,
That's huge news.
yeah, this building is actually like 40 years old. It's just become kind of outdated. So yeah, we have been in plans for a while and we're to the point where we will be breaking ground in the next couple weeks. So
That is a huge announcement.
yes, we are really, really excited. Like I said, it's gonna be all new, just updated. So that's also an opportunity, like I had told Alexis with Gentech. Um, we continue to plan on purchasing new equipment because again, new building, I'm trying to replace older equipment, get everything redundant. So that's part of what I've been working on as well. Planning on the move. We don't have to go far, like I said, it's on site, but we are really, really excited about the new lab. It's going to be kind of like a showpiece, and it's a big deal for Wildchem here, but also the entire ICIG group. So, yes.
That's great. That's great. So I'm gonna advance invite myself to the grand opening.
Oh,
So
for sure, for
we
sure.
will be there to support it and see our instruments in their new home. So count me in. Anything else you'd like to add? Anything else you want to tell our audience about, either for your company or yourself?
Just thank you for the opportunity. We have been blessed as a company. I've been blessed personally, and just thank you for everything. It's exciting times. There's a lot of growth in this industry. So this summer, we got back to roots. We had like quite a few interns who were, excited and, trying to see the difference in academia versus industry. And, of course, there's a difference. And it's always fun to kind of see the younger generation coming in. So, yeah, it's just all good stuff.
That is good stuff. Okay, now we're moving into our exciting lightning round. So this is where we get
Okay.
to know the real Russell McGee. All right. Okay, here we
Okay.
go. Chocolate or vanilla?
Chocolate.
Window or aisle?
Window.
Dogs or cats?
Dogs.
Book or a movie?
Book.
Country or city?
In the country, of course.
Do you consider yourself a big picture guy or more of a detail orientated person?
I used to be more of a detail oriented, but now that I'm getting older, I look at the big picture and scheme of things. It's helped me in my career as well.
Okay, very thoughtful answer. Camping or spend a night at the Ritz?
We actually camp. We like to go camp. A lot of the state parks here in South Carolina have beautiful beaches. So, but we do like to treat ourselves to a nice hotel sometimes as well.
Early riser or night owl?
Early riser.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Last question. Which is your favorite Carolina?
The only Carolina, which is University of South Carolina.
All right, that concludes our interview. So as a customer of the month, you will be receiving a gorgeous handmade wooden plaque. We have a local guy, Parker, who does them, and that will be sent to your attention. And you can display it with pride. And we thank you so much for your business, and congratulations on the success of the company and you personally. And thank you again.
Hey, thank you so much for the honor.